Hey everybody, my name's Jesse and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And in this edition I'm going to talk about today's youth. As you can imagine, in these videos I get a lot of comments from younger people and a lot of them are negative. But in the last couple weeks I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from younger people, which is really cool. So I figured I would make a video and kind of talk about how I, as a Gen Xer, view the younger generation, so that people, maybe some younger people, can see this and relate, and my fellow Gen Xers can think about, what I have to say and how I feel about the younger generations, and judge whether you feel the same about them as I do. Now, we've all had different experiences with them, so this might turn out to be interesting, hopefully. So, my experience in the real world, talking to and dealing with younger people, I have my own small business and I've hired 3 different young people, and it's just been difficult to get them to come to work on time, just to do what they're supposed to do, stay off their phone and just get it done, that kind of thing. And they're really problematic. Now, the ones that I have dealt with. Now, I have seen another group of young people working, doing a completely different thing, happened to be on the same job that I was on. And they worked hard, worked all day out in this heat, this summer heat. They weren't on their phones. They were getting it done. They were great. So I've got to acknowledge that not all of the younger people are lazy or afraid to be outside. It's not like that at all. So we have to acknowledge the ones who don't act like their stereotype, who don't fit in that box. Because there are some good people out there who are in the younger generations, hardworking, honest, trustworthy. They're just difficult to find. So, and then I see a lot of it online. You get a lot of your judgments from online interactions, which I have a lot of them. Just kids will get in the comments anonymously and just, call me all kinds of names, or, just call me old and all this stuff. They're saying all that kind of stuff. And that stuff is just funny to me. Back in my day, when I was a kid, the way I was raised, I would not dare to talk to an elder that way. It wouldn't even cross my mind to get even anonymously insult an older person. Not just older. If I was 20 and I was talking to a 30-year-old man or woman, I would be respectful just because their age. I figured they had lived longer than me and had more experience than me, and they deserved just that tiny amount of respect that I could give them. And I was just raised that way. My father just demanded that I, give older people respect. And that stuck with me my entire life. I give older people respect. Now, I just don't consider myself old. Technically, I'm middle-aged. I'm not retirement age. I'm not a senior citizen. I'm not any of that stuff. I'm middle-aged. But just that kind of thing seems to have gone away in the younger generations. Just respect for your elders. And I'm not talking about just old people. Anybody with more life experience than you. That has gone away. Doesn't matter if you're 15 and the person you're talking to is 23. We, Gen X, would be respectful back when we were kids. I don't remember anybody, none of my friends, I don't remember even just anywhere in a store or anything, seeing a younger person give an older person static in the 80s or the 70s. That just didn't happen. I mean, I'm sure it happened somewhere. I just never experienced it. Elders were given respect. That's kind of a weird thing that has gone away. It's a little troubling when I think about it, what the direction that the youth is headed, because if that snowball increases, then the generation after them is going to treat them with even less respect. So they just don't know what they're doing. Their ignorance is going to be is going to jump up and bite them in the ass. But still, when I see that kind of stuff in the comments, I just think it's funny. I don't, they're just ignorant kids. They don't really understand what they're doing. There are also kids who get on there in the comments and are completely respectful. They get what I'm saying. They know that, that blanket statements about a generation aren't aimed at them as individuals. So there's a lot of good ones out there too, and I appreciate them, especially those of you younger people who have subscribed to the channel and try to get some knowledge from this stuff that I'm saying, because that's the point in it. Even when it looks like I'm making fun of a generation, it's aimed to teach, to point out things that you could be doing better. Because us Generation Xers, we know that it was better. We've been through it. We know that it was better this way, and now it's changed and it's worse. We're not just talking out of our asses. We're not just saying, you guys suck. No, that's not it. Back then, it was better, period. There's no argument about that. It was better. People got along better. Whatever the topic was, it was better. Now, that has gone away and it's worse. And that respecting your elders is a perfect example. That is not good. It's not good for the elder. It's not good for the youngster. That relationship is just worse now. Back when I was a kid, that relationship was better. The elder got respect, and then he in turn respected the kid. He knew the kid was brought up right. He knew the kid, was being kind and respectful. And so he treated the kid better. So, and if a kid was not disrespectful to the degree that it is now, but just kind of whatever, did not go out of his way to show the elder respect, then, the relationship wasn't as good, because then the elder person, he or she would not instantly like the younger person as much right off the bat. You know what I mean? So these things have changed, and not changed for the better. Some things have changed for the better. But a lot of our social interactions have been downgraded, have been worsened with the advent of the internet and anonymity. Because you can just say whatever you want to whoever you want, and you're not going to get punched in the eye. You're not going to, nobody's going to call your mom and get you a spanking. Nobody's going to do anything. It's just, you just quit your ridiculous, hateful line of badgering or trolling. You just quit trolling whenever you want and just go to bed. Whatever happens with that person on the other end of your troll line doesn't affect you, doesn't matter to you, you don't care. Now, granted, doing that on a Gen X channel, trying to troll Gen Xers is pretty ridiculous. We're known for not caring. We're known for having thick skin. We're known for mama jokes and harassing each other. I've been getting that stuff my entire life and giving it. So some kid gets on there and wants to call me a senior citizen. I don't care. That's just funny to me. It cracks me up. I don't get the logic there. Maybe they're not aware of the Gen X traits. Maybe that's it. But still, it cracks me up also, because what are you doing watching a Gen X channel then? Why are you watching Gen X stuff? You must be interested in Gen X. You know what I mean? Gen X rules. That's why. Gen X rules. You know it. That's why you're here watching these videos. The main point I'd like to make in this video is that when I'm talking about, the dumb stuff that Gen Z has done and all that, y'all ate some Tide Pods. All right. It's funny to talk about. We know not everyone is eating Tide Pods. But the dumb stuff I did as a kid would make eating a Tide Pod look like rocket science. Okay? I did some dumb stuff as a kid that you wouldn't do. You just wouldn't even think about doing it. It's so dumb and dangerous, hazardous to your to your health and your physical body. When we were kids, there were at least a couple all the time, couple of kids in school wearing casts or on crutches or something. You saw it all the time. That was just a normal thing. It was always like a gray color from everyone signing it, and it got all dirty until the doctor would finally, either the kid would break it off himself eventually, or the doctor would cut it off, when it was time. But there was so many casts in school, the stuff we did. Now I never see a kid walking by with a cast. In all the places I go and where my work takes me and stuff, I never see a kid in a cast. So that's the one thing that y'all aren't doing, is out there doing destructive stuff and dangerous stuff like Evel Knievel. And if you don't know who that is, look him up. He was our hero. That, and there was no recording devices really, so we couldn't document everything we did. Now, I'm sure if we had the technology we have now, it would be all over the internet. All the spills and the stuff we did back then, the dangerous stuff, the broken arms and lacerations would, it'd be all over the internet. We'd be viral all the time just from the dumb stuff we did. So that's really the difference, is that the technology now, because y'all can record that dumb stuff and put it on the internet. And when you're young kids like that, you don't have enough forethought to think, hey, maybe I shouldn't put this on the internet for everyone to see. So, but we would have done the same thing back in the day. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I would have recorded that shit thinking I was the coolest person on the planet as I just ate it into the concrete and broke 3 fingers and cut my head open. Yeah, that would have been awesome. We gotta post that right now. What are you waiting for, dude? Post it. They're going to love it. You Gen Xers know what I'm talking about. We would have been doing it. Yeah, So, anyway. But when we're talking about that kind of stuff, it's all in good fun. That's the point. It's all in good fun. Y'all ate Tide Pods. Laugh about it. Own it. We did that. Make it yours. Yeah, that's my advice. Make it yours. That's your signature move. All right, I'll leave you there. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by tapping on the super thanks button down below the video. Or you can go over to Buy Me a Coffee and buy me a coffee. I'll put that link down in the description. And if you're interested in Gen X gear, I'll put that link down in the description too. So you can hop over to Redbubble and check out that stuff. There's t-shirts, mugs, stickers, all that kind of cool stuff. Even doggy and kitty mats, I think. And if you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That really helps out a lot. Thank you very much for those of you who do that. I really appreciate it. And if you have any ideas for future editions of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments. Or you can email me. The email address is on the channel page. I really like doing those videos, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that for me. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.